This is our Unit 1 study guide. We have our test coming up, so hopefully this is helpful for you. I would recommend you go ahead and try every problem first before you watch this. Try it by yourself, then check your answers. Remember, the answers are on the back here. And then if you're still stuck, then watch the video. So I'm going to go through each of these problems with you. So it says for problem number 1, what is the area of this parallelogram? So remember, a parallelogram is just a four-sided shape where the opposite sides are parallel. To find the area of a parallelogram, it equals base times height. So that is always going to be the area of my parallelograms. So I need to identify a base and identify a height for this shape. And remember, your base and your height have to meet at 90 degrees. So I've got some nifty little things in here. So I think I would like my base to be this bottom one here. So I'll have this be my base. And then I'm going to slide to make sure that I can identify whether it's this one or this one that is my height. This one does not meet at 90 degrees. I need it to be 90. So right there, this one is going to be my height. So I'm going to take these two. This would be my base. This is my height. And we just have to do base times height. So 6 times 4 equals 24, and then label it centimeters squared. Remember, area is always going to have that little squared on it. That's it for problem number 1. You can double check your work on the back. Oh, problem number 1 already has a mistake. So somebody is going to come visit me for your answers, I'm sure. This should say 24 centimeters squared. I will update that in Canvas. Okay. Problem number 2 says select all the triangles that have an area of 45 square units. These are triangles. Base times height was the area of a parallelogram. Let's write out the area of a triangle. Area of triangle is base times height, and then we need to divide it by 2 because our triangles are half of a parallelogram. So for each of these, I'm trying to find the ones that have 45 square units for the area. Well, to find that out, I need to actually find the base and the height. So I've got 3 options for my side. I don't need to use every side. I'm just going to find which number is talking about my base and which is my height. So right here, the dotted line is my height. So if I line this up, I can tell, oh, here's my base because they meet at 90 degrees. So here's my base. Here's my height. So we do 15 times 13 divided by 2 will give me that area. 15 times 13 divided by 2. Oh, clear that out. My calculator was not set right. Is going to give me 97.5. So not 45, so I know it's not this one. Okay, this one, again, we're going to find the height, base, so this is my height, this is my base. I'm going to start abbreviating, and we would do, again, base times height divided by 2. So 9 times 8 divided by 2. 9 times 8 divided by 2 equals 36. Still not the area I'm looking for. Okay, for this one, again, I've got my base and my, base and height. Base, height, so I do 5 times 9 divided by 2 is going to be 22.5. So still not the area I'm looking for. Okay, let's see. We've got let's do our base over here. Does it work? Yep. This is going to be my base. This is going to be my height. So 15 times 6 divided by 2. Base times height divided by 2. equals 45. Hey, we found one. So this one, D, this one has the area of 45. It says select all, so we're going to check them all. Okay, so I need a side, so there's my base. Oh, looks like my height is right here. So you can see they tried to put a 90-degree one over here, but it doesn't help me with any of the sides. None of them run into that one. So if I line up my base with a side, I can see that this is my height. So base, height, and I don't need that 4 out there. Okay, they're going to give you extra numbers that you don't need. You want to focus on just your base and your height, and do base times height divided by 2. So 9 times 10 divided by 2. Oh, write out your math, Mrs. Maasen. Equals 45, and we have another one with 45 units squared. Of course, so we've got D and E. Of course they made us wait till the last 2. Well, we would have had to check them all anyway. So on the back here, yep, D and E. Looks like I did not make any mistakes on this one so far. Continuing on to problem number 3. Problem number 3 says select all the parallelograms that have an area of 12 square units. So I need to find the area of these parallelograms. So we're going to shorten it. Area of a parallelogram, I'm just going to put my reminder again, is base times height. No dividing, we only divide with triangles. So I'm looking for my base and my height. So right here can be my base. And I can see right here, yep, that side's my height. So I would have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 here, and 1, 2, 3, 4 here. So I just have to do 3 times 4 equals 12 units squared. So this one, A, is one of them. For shape B, we've got a base right here. Oh, the side is not my height, but I can draw a height right here. We can add in our own. There's my height. So my base is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember, you are just measuring how long that line is. What is the length of your line? Okay, so from here to there, we've got 4. And then my height is 1, 2, 3. So 4 times 3 equals 12. We've got another one, 12. So we've got B. Let's keep checking. So I'm going to pick this side again because it's nice and easy. It runs right along the lines. I am measuring from here to here. This is my base. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just that line. So we've got 4. Now I need my height. Okay, so I'm going along my base. I'm going to slide this way, but it goes from down here at the very bottom up 90 degrees. So my height is right here. How tall is this shape? And it is 1, 2. So we would have 4 times 2 equals 8 units squared. So C is not one of them, because we were looking for 12 units squared. Last one, I'm going to keep with this base over here that I've got. Base is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Remember, you are just measuring that line. There's 6, and then my height is from the base up 90 degrees. So height on this one is 2. That's my height. Let's see, 1, 2. So again, base times height, 6 times 2 is equal to 12 units squared. And that's it. Okay, so we should have A, B, and D are all 12 units squared. Check our work back here. Yes, A, B, and D. Good thing I'm not messing up any more than that first one. It's a good way to start it off. Problem 4 says on each triangle, draw a segment to represent the height that corresponds to the given base. Label each height with the word height. That's where this is going to come in handy. So I see base and I see base. I need to line up this base, and then I need my height to hit this opposite vertex. So you have to slide. We want to keep this base right along that edge. I'm going to be sliding, sliding. And if you're at home, you could make a card like this out of pretty much a piece of paper. Just find a corner of a piece of paper. Anything that meets at 90 degrees. Okay, keep sliding, keep sliding. right there. You can see that edge just barely peeking out. There's my height. If it helps you to see this here, it reaches there at 90 degrees, but this is my height. Right? 90 degrees, my base all the way up to my opposite vertex. Same thing, except this time my base is here, so I need to turn my card so the base is lined up, and I need this height edge to hit this opposite vertex. So this has to stay on my base, so you slide it along the base, keep going until we hit that opposite vertex. So there is my opposite, wiggling, opposite vertex. And there's my height. And that's all this one wants. So we can flip it over and make sure I didn't mess that up in my drawing. There's my height. There's my height. Okay? Remember, if I'm going too fast on this, you can rewind and rewatch it 3 or 4 times. This video is yours to watch as many times as you want. Problem number 5. Draw 2 parallelograms, each with an area of 16 square units. The 2 parallelograms should not be identical copies of each other. So to draw a parallelogram, I need to know what my base and my height is. If the area is 16, I need to find 2 numbers that I could multiply together to get the area of 16. And remember, in our notes, we have this multiplication table. If I can find it in my notes. It's somewhere glued in here, I'm sure. Oof, not in that classes. Sorry, let me grab a different class. So I'm going to show you how to find this multiplication table. Where are they all? 7th grade apparently doesn't have one in my notebook because my notebooks are sadly not prepared properly. Okay, here we go. So if I can find a 12 inside of my table, in this section, I'll be able to tell the 2 numbers. So I see a 12 right here. Now I can see 2 numbers, 3 and 4. So I could use a base and a height of 3 and 4. Or I can find a 12 right here, and I could use a 2 and a 6. Either of those would work. But since I need to draw 2 different ones and they shouldn't be identical, those are what I'm going to use. So I know that 3 times 4 equals 12. So I can use that base and height, and I know that 6 times 2 equals 12, so I could use that base and height. Okay? 2 parallelograms. Remember, parallelograms are 4-sided shapes, quadrilaterals, and the sides have to be parallel to each other. Opposite sides are parallel. So a rectangle, these are all examples of parallelograms. This would be a parallelogram, and since it's, oh, I should read more carefully. My brain was on 12 from that problem up there. I'm looking for 16. Sorry, guys. Back to the paper. Look again. Okay, we're looking for 16, not 12. I see a 16 right here. So my base and height could be 4. And I see a 16 right here. So my base and height could be 8 and 2. Let's hope that we might need to refocus my... Oh, there it goes. Sorry, I got a little out of focus for a second. So, sorry, we're going to do a base and height of 4 is equal to 16, and we could do 8 and 2 would be 16. So, it doesn't say here that I can't use a rectangle. So, I'm going to use a rectangle for this one. Actually, a square. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, there I've got my base and my height. Finish that up. This would be a parallelogram labeled base, height of 4, would be an area of 16. This one I'm going to do a parallelogram that looks more like one of these. Okay, so my base is going to be 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 8. That's my base. And then for my height, I need to just go up 2. So this is going to be, 2 is going to be my height. And I'm just going to have it go out here and start 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I just have to connect them. I know the top and bottom are both 8. They have to be the same length. And then that makes them keeps them parallel because I followed along the lines. And this one would also be an area of 16 because 8 times 2 is 16. Sorry for the little mess ups on there. Okay, problem number 6. We are cruising. We only have 7 problems and then we're done. Oh, this also has an example. Oh, I even did the same one. Oh, I didn't. This one works also. This one is a slanted instead of a square. I did 2 parallelograms on your answer key. Okay, problem number 6. All measurements are given in feet. What is the area of the sign? Explain your reasoning. So when we have a shape like this, it's not a parallelogram, it's not a triangle. We need to decompose it into pieces that are. And so I can see right here I've got a triangle shape. So I'm going to cut right here. And now I have a triangle and I have a rectangle. So I'm going to focus on these two. So I need to figure out this shape right here, this rectangle, and this triangle. And I'm going to color code them so that I can do my work for you and you can see where they are. So this rectangle or parallelogram, the area is base times height. So I need to identify the base. Right here you can see the base for that and the height. So for this one we're going to do 26 times 10. This is going to give me the area of my rectangle, which is going to be 260. Okay? We could label it, it says it's given in feet, so feet squared. Alright, but I need this triangle too, and then I'm going to need to put them together. So for the triangle section, it is base times height divided by 2. Okay, let's see, how do we figure out our base and our height? This one's a little trickier. Right here it looks like my base could be this side all the way across. So this right here, from here to here is going to be my base. So I know this section is 5, and this section's 5, and over here is 10, right? So going all together, I would have 5 plus 10 plus 5. So I'm going to draw this triangle back over here so I can just focus on the triangle. So 5 plus 10 plus 5 is equal to 20. That means that this side right here is 20. That's my base. My height is this section right here. And right here it says this dotted line all the way across is 36. And from here to here is 26. So what's left? So if I did all of it, 36, and I take out this section here, so subtraction is what takes it out, and that section is 26, then I will know what's left. And that equals 10. So that means my height, that's a weird 10, is 10. This is my height. So now, the area of a triangle is base times height divided by 2, which is going to be 10. 20 times 10 is 200, divided by 2 is 100 squared. So to find the full area, though, I need to take these two pieces and I need to add them together. So 260 plus 100 is going to equal 360. And I so very badly want to flip the paper over and check my answer. I should probably relax a little. But it matches what I did, so that's good. Okay, next question. So this is my total. Oh, we should circle our answers, huh? This is my total area for this sign. So it says a person is going to paint the sign, including both the front and the back. The paint they need will cover 200 square feet per can. How many cans should they buy? Well, I need to know how much I'm going to have to cover. This was just the front of the sign, right? So if I also have to do the back, we need to double it. So 360 times 2, because we're going to do the front and back, is going to equal 720. That's how many square feet I need to cover. One can does 200. So how do I figure out how many are in here? That's when we want to divide. So if I take 720 and I want to divide it into pieces of 200 cans, right? Each can is going to do 200. I want to know how many of those I'll have total. So I grab my calculator and I do 720 divided by 200 is equal to 3.6. Okay? So how many cans do you have to buy? We need more than 3 to cover up both sides. It's not a whole number, but we need more than 3 cans, and I can't go into the store and say, please give me 3.6 cans, because they will just look at me like I'm crazy. You can only buy 1 can at a time. So if I only bought 3, I wouldn't have enough. So I need to round up and buy 4 cans of paint to cover up both sides of that sign. Okay, let's check and see if we're still doing good. And it does. It says 4 cans of paint. All right, last problem. Here is a net made of a square and 4 identical triangles. All measurements are given in centimeters. Okay, here's our net. If the net were folded and assembled, what type of polyhedron would it make? So if I folded these triangles up, they'd end up with a little peak right here in the middle. And it would look something like that right there. So this is going to be a pyramid. So what polyhedron? It would be a pyramid. Specifically, because this is a rectangle on the bottom, it would be a rectangular pyramid. Okay. What is the surface area of the polyhedron? And explain your reasoning. How do we find surface area? So I'm going to write some notes up here. Surface area is the area of, ooh, I keep leaving off ace, of each side added together. So I have triangles here and I have a square here that I need to find the area of every side and then add it together. Okay, let's do some color coding again, because making things colorful is more fun. So let's focus on, well, let's do the one that has some labels on it. Let's focus on this triangle right here. Okay, so how do I find the area of a triangle? Remember, base times height divided by 2. So right here it has my height labeled. That means my base is going to be here. And I know from this side it's 4. That means that side's also 4. So it would be base, which is 4, times 7 divided by 2, which equals 14. And these are all in centimeters, so we can label. Okay, that's one triangle. All the triangles are the same because they have to meet together, so they're going to be all exactly the same size. So I have another one. So this is triangle 1. I have another one that's going to be the same, and another one, and another one. So these are my 4 triangles. Okay, now we have the square in here, right? How do I find the area of a square? It's just base times height. Base times height. So 4 times 4 is going to equal 16 centimeters squared. That's my square, right? And now to find my surface area, we find the area of each side, got it, and we need to add them together. So we're going to need to add all these up. So I'm going to grab my calculator. 14 plus 14 plus 14 plus 14. So I had 1, 2, 3, 4 sides plus 16 for the last side is 72 centimeters squared. So down here, 72 centimeters squared. Okay, and then I'm going to peek. Make sure I didn't mess up. Yay! I only had 1 error on that study guide. That's great. So hopefully somebody catches that and comes and gets a Hi to or Jolly Rancher from me. But that's it. You can rewatch this video as many times as you want. This should also help you do quiz corrections. So if you struggled on the quiz, do this first, then go do your quiz corrections. But if you need more help, I'm available after school. Come see me and we can work on this before our test. We want to have everybody feel successful. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you for watching the video and working hard.